Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. And in this video, as you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about a tournament that I've recently had. It was a not as big as of a tournament that I normally do, but it was a tournament. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so let me just give you a bit of history about my tennis, what I've done in tennis. I started when I was 3 years old, and I just hit in the front yard with my mom. We had a pretty big front yard, but that's besides the point. We hit for around 2 years, and then after that, I took a break for maybe 2 years just because of all the chaos of preschool and stuff. And then once I got into maybe, I think it was first grade, I got back into it a bit. Uh, keep in mind, I'm not sure if I've already said this, but keep in mind that I started when I was 3 years old. Oh, shoot. Dang it. It's hard to commentate and play at the same time. But, yeah, I started when I was around 3 years old, and I played off and on. I played for 2 years after I was 3 years old, which makes me five. And then I took a break for 1 year because of all the chaos of chaos of preschool. And then after that, what did I do after that? After that, I got back into tennis and I played not competitively for around 4 years, which that would make me around nine, I think, if my math is correct, which it's probably not. But yeah, it makes me nine. And then at the age of nine, I started going into tournaments and stuff. I started winning tournaments. I didn't start winning tournaments, but I started playing tournaments. At the age of 10, I started winning tournaments. And then at the age of 11, I started to go pretty pro. I'm 13 now, so I've been really tryharding tennis recently. And once COVID started, I didn't necessarily want to do tennis anymore, mostly just because most of my friends weren't doing it, and it just wasn't as fun. But I still find tennis fun. So that is where I am in my tennis life, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, let me tell you about this tournament. Okay, let's just hit this guys off before I start my tournament. Um, so in this tournament, we got there around 30 minutes early. I say we because my mom drove me. I'm not old enough to drive myself, obviously. So we got to the tournament a bit early, and it's there's this tournament going. There's a tournament for younger people going on before that, which was like, all right, they have 30 minutes to finish. I think they started at around 1 o'clock, which is pretty reasonable. But they started at around 1 o'clock, and they had 3 hours to finish their tournament because our tournament started at 4, uh, which is a reasonable amount of time for a tournament to go. So I practiced, I hit the balls, and I actually met a friend a friend of mine that I haven't seen for a long time. But yeah, we talked for a bit. I practiced hitting some I just practiced playing a bit, and I just noticed there's only two people, me and Gray. I could probably void and go the other way, but I don't know. Um so yeah, uh whenever I get off topic, it's hard for me to remember. I'm sorry, guys. I think I met my friend. So me and my friend talked a bit. We practiced a bit, and then lo and behold, the tennis tournament starts. They take all of our temperatures just to make sure that we're not too hot or anything. So the tennis tournament starts. I'm in group two. I think there's 5 groups. Group two would be the second highest. Probably don't care about how good I am at tennis, but I was in group two, and they call group one up first. They're the best of the best, or they're the best. I'm not gonna say they're the best of the best because obviously we aren't the best. But yeah, So after they call up the first group, they call us up. Call us up to the tournament desk where they assigned us our courts and stuff. There's around 5 people inside the court. There's approximately 5 people in the in each group. So oh shoot, can 1 second. I'm gonna stop the my talking for a bit. Uh, I hear him slurping up, so let me just wait a few minutes before he does that. I'm gonna start the turn. Oh no! Oh no! What am I supposed to do here? Darn it! We got into the final two, which is pretty good. But let me start the tournament. The my whatever this. Let me start the story in the next game. All right, here's where the story starts. They put us on. They assign us to our courts, and the tournament before us is actually still going on. So all the kids are fine. Are fine. Like, oh, we're okay. We'll wait. Which like because we're just happy to be out there. But one mom, not my mom, but one of the parents was like. All right, guys. She was like all active before the tournament even started. She was like, "Oh, what's your US? What's your ranking or something?" And I think mine's like 140 or something. But yeah, SSV if you guys want to, like, whatever. An SSV ranking, probably you guys don't even care, but mine was 140. I told her, and then she went back to her daughter, I think, and she was like, "Okay, you got to watch out for this kid. This guy isn't like." She was basically super into tennis. She was one of those tennis moms, or like one of those parents that like I don't know. So once we were waiting, she was like, "Who's gonna go talk? Who's gonna go talk to the pro?" Like, oh no, I totally messed up that clutch. I think he's low. Yeah, he's pretty low. So yeah, so we're all waiting. She's like, "Okay, who's gonna talk to the pro?" Because she wanted us to get onto the court, and she didn't like. Why can I not land any of these hits? Dang it. So who's gonna talk to the coach? He says. Are you gonna talk to him? And then finally, my friend, because he's like, he just wants to do, he just wants to make the parents happy. You know, he's one of those like one of the most honest kids I know. Uh, so he's like, okay, I'll go. And then he's like, congratulations. I'm not gonna say his name, but thank you. And then he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then so he goes up to the coach, and then he's like, okay, let me just get this final kill before I start talking. Okay, so the coach comes over and he's like, "What seems to be the problem?" And then the mom says, "Well, you appear to have double booked us." And then I cracked up at that. Of course, I didn't laugh out loud, but I got that was kind of funny that she said that. He was like, "Oh no!" So he put it. There was this it was like 25 courts, which is amazing that that one tournament ended up taking that many people. But uh, so he was like, "Okay, uh, of those 25 courts or something, there maybe have been three clay courts. Most of the people are normally used to playing on like concrete courts. I think they are. On the other hand, I love clay courts, so I was like, yes, because I know I would have a slight advantage. And when the tournament started, I did have a slight advantage. But Gray's bed is actually gone, so if we went to go to Aqua, that'd be pretty good for us. But they put us on the clay courts. I was playing a girl because it's co-ed. She wasn't that good, but I'm not really talking about that. So we got onto the clay courts. We practiced for like 10 minutes. The dad was like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I was super talkative, but I took initiative, and I was like, do you want to start serving? Do you want to practice serving? And then saw the dad being like, come on, we have to start. Come on, start. So I was like, okie dokie okie. So so we started getting started because I asked her if she wanted to start, and of course she said yes. So we started, and throughout the game, the father of him. Oh no, Aqua seems to be over there. Uh, Oh shoot, no, this is not how it's gonna end, is it? I have 6 diamonds on me. Let me just fight him. Ah, shoot. Please don't get my bed. Where'd homie go? No, homeboy. I can't. All right, so yeah, the dad was talking to the daughter, and I should probably get moving now. Uh, my game froze for a second. But the dad was talking to the daughter, being like, "Okay, you got to do this. You see his serve? He's hitting it super hard to your backhand. You should probably aim for his backhand." And yeah, everything's cool. We get to the third, we get to fourth game. I'm up 3-1. She and she's getting pretty depressed right now because of course we're on clay courts and like I'm guessing that she's never played on clay courts before, but so she's pretty sad. She's like, I just want to get it over with. So after that, I think she's pretty torn out. So I ended up winning 6-3, 6-2 in the second set, which is all right. And Gray seems to have disconnected, which is whoop-de-doody for me. Uh, but that is the first game I want to talk about. There's actually two other games I want to talk about. I might not have enough time in this video because I think I'm only gonna go record 3 games, but I'll see how little editing I can do. So I decided to stick with the one of those games, and then if I have time, I'll move on to the next. But I was the second one I was playing against this guy, and I I don't know why my feelings were like this, but I was angry. I had no reason to be angry. I was just angry. So I was being super irritable. Not to him, of course. I was just like, I was super. How do I say this? I was mad, but not mad at him. I didn't show it. He probably saw it though. So we went on with the game, and the dad. I've actually played this guy once before, and his dad was not there, and he was not as chill. But when I first played him, but now that his dad was there, he was like, "Oh, I better win." So I won the first. He won the first game. Second game, I won the next 5 games, and this is where I want to start talking. The dad comes onto the court and says like, "Are you cheating?" And of course, I'm not cheating, but uh, he I there was actually a few questionable calls by him. Uh, I think the reason he thought I might have been cheating was because I did an underhand serve when that's not normally what you do. You would do an overhead serve. So we said no, I'm not cheating. So we called the coach over, and like no, he's totally able to do that. So the whole game after that, the kid was super tensed up about my serve. Which is totally fine by me. He's like, he would go forward and backward. He had no idea what to do. Um, uh, he was, I don't know. At the end of the game, I started getting pretty not I wasn't as mad, uh, but I ended up beating him pretty hard. I I beat him 6-1, 6-1. I think he got pretty discouraged, especially since his dad was watching. So we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. You guys saw nothing there. But I was just explaining how I actually forgot what I was explaining. Oh yeah, the kid was getting pretty discouraged at this point. I beat him, and yeah, I actually have just enough time to talk about this next game that I had, and then after I finish that, if there's even more time, I don't know. I'll just play some music in the background, and then I'll wait for you. I'll just wait for it to finish those. But this next game I'm gonna talk about is it was against another girl, and she was super talkative. She was like 5, no, not 5. She was maybe 9 or something. She was like super talkative, and whoopee, there's actually only 2 people left. Uh, uh, so she was 9. She was super talkative, and at one point I thought for the first 10 minutes of it, I thought it was funny. Uh, and then it started getting super annoying. Ooh, actually, let's go get his bed real quick. Okay, so we managed to get the bed, but we didn't manage to kill him. So I think we're just gonna. I think what we're gonna do now is just rush middle. But anyway, she was super talkative, and Yeah, I thought it's funny, and then it get started getting annoying, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much." It was just like super annoying. I don't know. That's all I wanted to really talk about for that one. I don't know why I thought I would call it a story. So let me just go get this generator, and then I think I'm gonna go to middle just to see if I could counter him. So yeah. Uh, that's the end of the story, or tennis stuff, whatever you want to call it.